So when a lot of people hear things like Bitcoin or crypto or USDT, they think it's something far away being used by people in Dubai or in New York. Some people think it's too technical. They think it's just something that they can and will not understand. And they immediately shut down their mind to trying to understand this stuff. I do understand this sentiment, considering that this stuff can really be technical. But the truth is, crypto is easy to understand on the surface, and whether you like it or not, crypto is going to be part of our lives. In today's episode, I just want to talk about the things that crypto is already doing and the things it's being used for right here in Zimbabwe. Not in some faraway town, but here at home in Zim, in Harare, in Blawayo, in Gweru, even in my hometown, Gokwe Center. I'm just going to focus on Bitcoin as the main cryptocurrency, and I will then talk a little bit about USDT, which is a stablecoin, simply because it is being used by a lot of people in Harare, especially for forex traders. They use USDT to make deposits and withdrawals into forex trading platforms like Deriv, FBS, Just Markets, etc. By the end of this episode, you understand the practical things you can do with these digital tools, not in theory, but in everyday life. My name is Munyarazito Garepi, and this is the Tomorrow Money Show. Let's get into it and make crypto simple for everyone. All right. I will start with Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency, the main one. I'm not going to talk about the hype. And remember, this is not financial advice. I am just doing this to educate. I'm going to talk about the real practical things you can do with Bitcoin today as an everyday Zimbabwean. When people hear Bitcoin, they often think it's for rich people, tech people, or people who want to gamble. And because it is gone so much up in value, a lot of people tend to think that they have missed the train. The truth is, Bitcoin was created to give normal people more control over their money. And in a country like ours, where the value of money changes often and access to global financial tools is limited, Bitcoin can be very useful. And here's what you can use your Bitcoin to do today. Number one, Bitcoin is a long-term investment asset. Kusungirira mari. This is one of the biggest use cases for Bitcoin. You buy small amounts of Bitcoin and over time and hold it for the future. Why does this make sense? Because Bitcoin has a limited supply. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins in the world. That limited supply is what helps it grow in value over the long run. And many people around the world, and right here in Zimbabwe, right here in Zim, buy Bitcoin bit by bit, even as little as $10 or $20 at a time. For me, my first purchase of Bitcoin was $15. You don't have to trade. You don't have to be an expert. You just buy and hold. And in the long run, you probably make millions. And number two on the list of things you can use Bitcoin for, which is kind of similar to number one, is using Bitcoin as a wealth protection asset. In Zimbabwe, our main challenge is not just earning money; it's keeping the value of that money. Inflation and currency changes make it hard to plan for the future. And Bitcoin gives you another option. It allows you to keep some of your value in an asset that is not controlled by any government, not printed endlessly, and not tied to one country. Think of it like putting part of your savings in a strong digital asset that protects your value from erosion. Even though Bitcoin goes up and down in the short term, over the long term, it has historically grown more than it has fallen. From costing just a few cents to buy one coin in 2008 to now selling it over $90,000 today, as per this recording. That's a huge return for people who got in earlier. You can still get into. Number three, Bitcoin is being used to make payments. More Zimbabweans and businesses are now accepting Bitcoin for payments. Why? Uh, because it can be faster and sometimes cheaper than traditional methods for making payments. For example, if you want to pay for a service online, maybe an online course, buying on Amazon, or it's just a subscription, many of these international platforms, they now accept Bitcoin. Your EcoCash is not going to be accepted on Alibaba. And in Zimbabwe, some freelancers, designers, developers, and even traders accept Bitcoin because it's easier and it doesn't require a bank account. It gives people more options and more freedom. Number four, Bitcoin is being used for cross-border payments and remittances. This is one of the biggest practical use cases. This is the biggest practical use of Bitcoin. Sending money across borders is usually expensive, it's slow, and it sometimes involves paperwork. But with Bitcoin, you can send money in minutes at any time to anyone in the world. For example, your sister in South Africa needs to send you money, right? She buys Bitcoin. There, sends it to your wallet, and you can convert it to USD or ZIG locally with lower fees, and it's fast. Or maybe you are sending money to a relative in the UK, China, India, or anywhere else in the world. Bitcoin makes the whole process simple. No queues, no limits, no delays, no 15% charges that Mukuru charges you on a transaction. Number five, getting paid for online work and remote jobs. More Zimbabweans are now earning in Bitcoin by doing online jobs, whether it's writing graphics, coding, customer support, or even microtask. Again, why Bitcoin? Because it avoids bank restrictions. It's faster, it's global accepted, it's easier for employers to pay for you. They don't need you to have a bank account for in these international payments. Bitcoin opens doors that were previously closed. These were just a few things that Bitcoin is already being used to do in Zimbabwe right now. And the best part is you don't need a lot of money to start. You don't need to be an expert. You just need to be willing to learn. And now let's talk about USDT, one of the most useful digital tool for everyday life. USDT is what we call a stablecoin, which simply means that its value is designed to stay close to the US dollar. Its value is pegged to the dollar, so to speak. So when you hold one USDT, it's like you are holding one US dollar in digital form. Because of that stability, USDT has become one of the most and easiest practical crypto tools to use in everyday life. Unlike Bitcoin, USDT doesn't change its value a lot. And let me tell you about some of the things that USDT can be used to do and some of the things that is being used by Zimbabweans right now. USDT is currently used as a safe store of value as a bank. And I talked about this in my last episode where I made it clear that stable coins are essentially a bank. Instead of you putting money into a Zimbabwean bank where you have to pay monthly charges and your US dollars can be converted to ZIG any day when the government tells the bank to do so, you can instead convert your cash dollars to USDT on the blockchain and keep it there away from the reach of the government or any government. You won't need to pay monthly charges and all that stuff banks make you pay. In Zimbabwe, one of the biggest challenges is keeping the value of your money. I talked about this. We all know that holding ZIG for too long is risk. Prices go up, the rate moves, and the value drops quickly. USDT helps with that. And because USDT is tied to the US dollar, it gives you a way to store your money without worrying about sudden losses from inflation or currency devaluation, local currency devaluation. Many people, including me, use USDT like a digital bank, a place where our money keeps its value. And number two, USDT is being used for payments, for digital payments. Many online services now accept USDT, especially from Africa, from customers in Africa. So if you are paying for online courses, depositing your money for forex trading or withdrawing it, paying for stuff from India, and so on, USDT is actually your best option compared to using Visa or MasterCard, which has lots of limits and restrictions, and they are sometimes expensive. It's fast, simple, and it doesn't require a bank. And businesses also like it because they can lock their value in USD without worrying about daily rates changes. Number three, USDT is being used for cross-border transactions. I already talked about this on Bitcoin, and the idea is still the same, with the only difference being that with Bitcoin, the value changes fast. Bitcoin is volatile, so perhaps by the time you receive your Bitcoin from your sister in Cape Town, Bitcoin's price might have gone down in value, or if you were lucky, it will be up. But if you don't like that risk, this is where people use USDT because it is pegged to USD. So one USDT is always equal to one US dollar. Again, many Zimbabweans are already using USDT for this. Number four, using USDT as a bridge between crypto and cash. For most people, USDT acts like a middle step. You can use USDT to move money between different crypto assets or cash out to local currency when needed, and sometimes to avoid volatility. It gives you flexibility, stability, and control. And before I close this episode, I just have to talk about one other thing that I would like and will probably see is developers in Zimbabwe integrating crypto as a payment option on a lot of their apps. It's hard to get API access from EcoCash or Inbox or Omari because you have to apply to get these APIs. You will be lucky if they reply your email. But with crypto and with USDT, the system is open. You don't need to apply for API access from anyone. You can just integrate and start receiving payments instantly. So as I conclude this episode, I just have to mention that the crypto industry is now a multi-trillion dollar market. It's becoming so hard to avoid. And a lot of traditional financial institutions are starting to invest in crypto. BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, all the big guys are getting into this stuff. This is probably your last chance to jump in before this goes mainstream. The industry is big with a lot of different stuff, starting from Bitcoin to stablecoins, USDT, NFTs, betting platforms like Polymarket, and tokenization. And I would just like to thank you guys for tuning in into this episode. This has been the Tomorrow Money Show. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, stay informed, stay empowered, and remember, the future of money is already here. Thank you.